Et bonsoir, bonsoir Deathstrode, bonsoir Leeway, bonsoir à ceux qui sont là, ceux qui ne sont pas là et ceux qui seront bientôt là. On se retrouve ce soir, parce que j'avais oublié que c'était ce soir, pour le Microsoft Developer Direct, avec le reveal du jeu Indiana Jones, qui sera, bon évidemment, ces annonces-là, ce soir, ce sera que du Xbox PC, hein, évidemment. À part contre-indication, faut s'attendre à ça. Et ça démarre là dans 40 secondes, là, pour l'instant il y a l'écran d'attente. Je peux d'ailleurs le mettre, remarquez. Voilà, hop. Je vais couper la musique et je vais mettre celle du stream. Ah oui d'accord, ouais, stream. La musique du stream, du clavier. Donc voilà, donc ça commence dans 20 secondes. On va avoir du coup le reveal du fameux jeu Indiana Jones dont on a entendu parler mais qu'on n'avait jamais eu d'image. Il va y avoir aussi du Hellblade 2. Donc voilà, on sait à peu près à quoi s'attendre. Il n'y aura pas spécialement de grosses surprises, je pense. Potentiellement peut-être une annonce de Spyro 4, parce que beaucoup de trucs font en sorte que ça parle de Spyro là depuis les derniers jours. Bizarrement, aujourd'hui, Spyro est arrivé dans Crash Team Rumble. Bizarrement. Mais bref. Après ça va, il y a des gros studios, il y a Ninja Theory, je vais peut-être baisser un peu. Il y a Ninja Theory, il y a Obsidian Entertainment, enfin voilà, il y a du gros studio quand même. C'est ici qu'on joue enfin des bons jeux. Eh, on sortit pas. D'abord, avant de jouer à des bons jeux, on va regarder des jeux qui sortiront pas sur PlayStation. Et après, on jouera à des jeux sur PlayStation. Voilà. Par contre, c'est un peu fort. Ouais. Ah oui, je vais peut-être vous rajouter les sous-titres. Voilà. Et il va y avoir évidemment aussi Elder Scrolls Online. Et bonsoir de release. Ah, on commence par Obsidian. Pas des bons jeux. Oh, ils sortiront sur PC aussi, quoi. Donc, dramatique musique. Ah, Pillars of Eternity 2. C'est vrai que c'est Obsidian.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG.
Ah oui, Avowed. C'est vrai que c'est eux.
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful,
like no other,
vibrant,
comme tous les jeux qui sortent.
It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun.
Vous connaissez Elder Scrolls? Bah, ça va être pareil.
And the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize for their healing
Oui, bon, ça on
capabilities will
connaît.
put you
Hein.
in a tough spot.
C'est bien
To help
réussi
with the
aussi.
different
Ouais.
encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want.
Bon, c'est pas ultra révolutionnaire, mais c'est sympa quoi.
Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
Mais qui te dit, il faut focus d'abord les supports et ensuite les DPS, faut faire attention et ceux qui se défendent, faut faire attention. Enfin voilà quoi, c'est. Mais la complétion, enfin la complétion, la comment pas la complétion, mais la comment on dit, c'est quoi déjà le terme? Compatibilité entre les différentes types d'armes que tu peux mélanger. Genre bouclier, épée magie. Enfin, voilà.
Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki.
Après, effectivement, Obsidian, leur gros point fort, c'est vraiment le scénario aussi.
Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated.
C'est ça qui était bien dans Fallout New Vegas.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zoribs. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters.
Bon, par contre, en termes d'animation, on est sur du classique. Il n'y a pas d'émotion et c'est juste des animations qui bouclent, quoi, t'as l'impression. Mais qui secoue la tête, tu sais pas pourquoi. Oui.
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault.
No. Surtout, tu vois que le personnage revient à une position initiale à chaque fois dès qu'il finit des animations. Tu vois, les bras, ils font hop. Les bras, ils se replient à chaque fois quand il a fini l'animation.
If you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird.
Sa moustache est glorieuse.
We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant,
mais c'est vrai que c'est très coloré par contre, hein, la vache.
Spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Ouais, bon, en tout cas en termes de gameplay, il n'y a pas d'énormes révolutions, hein, mais à voir sur le lore, on va dire, de manière générale, quoi. C'est le seul truc qui varie, on va dire. et qui peut amener à quelque chose d'intéressant. Parce que là, pour l'instant, c'était assez neutre et basique, hein, ce qu'on a vu. Fin d'année. Sans être mauvais. Après, c'est pas forcément péjoratif de dire que c'est neutre et classique, quoi. Ça peut fonctionner, hein. Allez, c'est parti pour Hellblade 2, qui ça fait 8000 ans qu'il nous le montre chaque année. Ouais, oui, après, ouais, les graphismes et les animations, c'est du basique, c'est ce que je disais aussi. C'est pas la dinguerie, quoi, mais si c'est un univers dans lequel c'est plaisant de se balader, ça peut passer. Hein. Bon, alors, Ninja Theory, qu'est-ce qu'ils attendent?
And the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Bon, lui, niveau graphisme, il n'y a rien à dire, hein, par contre, ça.
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover.
J'ai toujours pas fait le premier. En plus, je sais que c'est des jeux assez courts en vrai. Enfin, c'est un jeu assez court le premier, et celui-là, ils disent que ça va être encore plus court. Enfin, entre guillemets, quoi. Je sais pas combien d'heures exactement, mais.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat.
Ouais, non, par contre, ça c'est sûr, ça reste joli. Hein.
One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero, she's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. and then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland.
Ah bah là, autant en profiter, hein.
The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices he hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural.
Ooh.
Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to
Ah,
our
le binaural,
emotions.
c'est quand même l'avenir, hein.
Fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
Oui, c'est vrai qu'au Game Awards, ils avaient fait une prestation sur scène.
Their depth, their meaning in the music, it really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
L'enregistrement binaural, par contre, c'est toujours rigolo à voir aussi, hein.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling.
Oh, il bosse sur Reaper. Oh, incroyable.
From our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is
Incroyable.
crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
C'est bon, l'audio director là, il est parfait. C'est bon, il n'y a rien à redire. 21 mai du coup pour Hellblade 2. Ils vont finir avec Indiana Jones. Hein. Alors, on va aller du côté de Oxy 2, je suppose. Ah. Oh là là. Mais qui est Square Enix. Ah. Qu'est-ce qu'ils viennent de quoi qu'est-ce qu'ils viennent parler Square Enix? C'est Secret of Mana ça, non? Ah mais putain, je suis en train d'y penser, peut-être qu'il y aura Kojima du coup. Peut-être qu'il va nous parler vraiment d'Overdose. Oui, c'est ça, c'est la série des Mana. La Vision of Mana, il l'avait déjà présenté.
コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年に ファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。
Putain, il y a 17 mana. Tiens, je pensais qu'il y en avait genre 3 ou 4.
30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。
Seiken Densetsu,
フィールドでは
le nom
自
japonais.
然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Ah, les petits trucs lapins là, les petits blobs lapins. Qu'est-ce qui. Putain. C'est marrant, il y a pas de musique.
これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井光一さんとともに、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちを
Ah oui, parce que du coup, en vrai, c'est la première fois qu'il y a un épisode de Mana qui passe en 3D.
ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から、自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。
J'aurais pu mettre un peu de musique quand même. C'est un peu vide.
可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
Ah putain. Ah, foncer dans les ennemis comme ça, quel plaisir.
今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目やアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
J'ai l'impression qu'il a un petit côté Elden Ring, ce Vision of Mana là. Ah, ça, il parle de musique et de la musique un peu.
最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージック
Mais du coup, on est d'accord, il sort sur plusieurs plateformes, Vision of Mana. Là, c'est juste que Square Enix, ils sont invités pour en parler. Je crois pas que c'était une exclusivité Xbox, Vision of Mana.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、
Putain, cette plante dragon là. On dirait le parasitocage de Kingdom Hearts.
その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。
Et du coup, putain, ouais, je viens de capter, mais ouais, peut-être qu'on va avoir du Kojima. Hein. Ah, ça serait bien. Indiana Jones, que tout le monde va plus en avoir rien à foutre. Est-ce qu'il y aura Kojima? Ça va être drôle. Oui, bon là ils disent forcément Xbox et PC, parce qu'on est chez Microsoft, quoi. Ils diront pas que c'est aussi sur PlayStation. Cet été, ouais. Il y aura les pics cool. Ah ouais, il y a de la place en bas à droite hein, encore pour quelqu'un d'autre. Alors Oxide, c'est quoi? C'est un jeu de strat ça, non? Oxide?
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your nation, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to
la petite coupure là, c'est bien ça.
Building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most
exactement, Shepard et bonsoir.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also want to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world
je connais, c'est pareil.
Reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness.
Civilization Cross City Skyline. Ouais, bah de toute façon, c'est des anciens de Civilization hein, qui ont fondé le studio, donc.
Citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth.
France.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might.
En même temps, je crois que les Américains, à part Jeanne d'Arc et Napoléon, ils connaissent rien à l'histoire de France. Donc forcément, soit t'as Jeanne d'Arc, soit t'as Napoléon dans les jeux de strat, j'ai l'impression. Alors que Jeanne d'Arc, elle a jamais été... Elle a jamais été dirigeante du pays, quoi. Enfin, elle a jamais géré le pays, quoi. Elle a juste fait les 5 croisades. Et le fait qu'on aime bien se rendre, ouais. C'est la Trinité, ouais. Et les grenouilles.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally
Bon, après, moi je suis un peu osef en vrai, parce que les jeux 4X, jeux de strat et tout, j'ai plus le temps pour ça, quoi. À quelques exceptions près. Mais par contre, de loin, oui, ça a l'air bien. Oui, bah ça c'est pour que les Américains ils se paluchent sur le fait qu'on a abdiqué parce que du coup après c'est eux qui sont venus nous sauver, quoi, c'est tout. C'est pour ça qu'ils disent ça.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time.
Ouais, ça, bah, le problème c'est la longueur des 4X. C'est vraiment un truc où il faut te poser, il faut prendre le temps et tout. C'est un let's play qu'ils font là? Non, pas spécialement.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies,
Un bonus de conception sur le PS1. Bah là c'est le concept du développeur direct, hein. C'est vraiment des annonces plus slash vidéo des devs qui parlent de leur jeu en montrant le jeu, quoi.
And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback.
Moi j'ai bugué quand j'ai vu la nana qui a un hamac sous son bureau, quoi.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just
Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me.
Putain, la V1 où les cougars ils attaquaient tout le monde, quoi. Incroyable. Oh, je pense qu'ils sont tellement à la bourre que t'inquiète, t'as pas besoin de leur dire de faire semblant. Hein. Après, s'ils ont le temps de faire de la moto dans les studios.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
Ah, fin d'année pour Aura. C'était le bon timing, effectivement. Allez, Indiana Jones. Ou alors ils vont nous faire le coup encore. Ah, il y a quelqu'un de plus. Allez. Ah, ça y est. Alors, qu'est-ce que ça va donner, ça?
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games.
Ah, suédois.
We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope
c'est un FPS. Attends, est-ce que c'est un FPS du coup?
When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what
Ouais, bon alors Todd Howard, à chaque fois qu'il a des idées en ce moment, on rappelle Fallout 76 et Starfield, bon voilà quoi.
Who would be like the best studio in the world
Voilà
to
quoi.
make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
C'est qui Indiana Jones? Oh. En vrai, graphiquement, c'est plutôt pas mal. Il est bien refait, je trouve, Harrison Ford. C'est un FPS, ok. J'en étais sûr. Toujours. Toujours.
Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
En vrai, ouais, pour l'instant, c'est.
Can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Alors, est-ce que c'est Harrison Ford par contre qui fait le doublage? Ah, évidemment le cri de Wilhelm.
Mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
En rythme avec la musique incroyable.
Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
J'ai l'impression qu'il y a une petite alternance quand même entre FPS et TPS selon les actions. Oh, il y avait un peu de baston aussi.
Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukwulimani, the Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
Non, franchement.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Graphiquement plutôt réussi, je trouve. La peur, effectivement, c'était de savoir est-ce qu'ils allaient prendre en modèle Harrison Ford ou quelqu'un d'autre.
He's a brilliant archaeologist. He's a charismatic everyman. He's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience.
Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense.
C'est fou la technologie. Ouais.
But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Ouais, voilà. Ok, c'est bien ce que je pensais, ouais.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
C'est quoi, c'est entre le premier et le deuxième film, du coup, c'est ça?
Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Ouais, donc il y aura quand même des énigmes.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using
C'est Batman en fait.
Or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music.
Ah bah oui, si tu sors l'orchestre forcément.
The original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his.
Ah, j'ai cru que vous alliez dire. Alors, du coup, on a John Williams. Non, non, on a un gars qui connaît bien John Williams. Du coup.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Il fallait bien un personnage pour qu'il puisse parler. Hein. Sinon, ça aurait été très. Comment ? Ça aurait été très vide.
Their paths are intertwined and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indie's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction.
Ouais, enfin là, t'entends quand même que c'est un fouet qui claque, hein.
Everything you'd expect from Indie's whip. And hopefully
T'entends le fouet claquer, le mec qui regarde le lampadaire, quoi.
puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Ah non, putain, me dis pas qu'ils ont refait ça. Ah non, ça va. J'ai cru qu'ils allaient faire le coup du boulet.
Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists and
Ah, j'avais pas vu, ils ont un Game Awards derrière. Il avait gagné pourquoi la Game Awards?
We have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone.
Je sais même plus ce qu'ils avaient fait avant Machine Games.
With the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Todd Howard, il a volé l'idole en or, j'ai vu derrière. C'est marrant ça. Ils avaient fait quoi, Machine Games, du coup? Ah bah oui, c'est ceux qui avaient fait tous les Wolfenstein. Ouais, bah tu m'étonnes. Normal. Ouais, ils avaient fait Wolfenstein New Order, Youngblood, The Old Blood, enfin ouais, ok. Donc c'est normal. La patte graphique et tout, ça correspond bien. Alors... Ah, c'est tout? Du coup, c'est tout?
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with games.
Putain, ils ont même pas eu Kojima, quoi. Terrible.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Global Reveal. Belle passe de dire 600 pour 2024. Ouais, bah, une fois ça suffit quoi. Et du coup là il y a pas le... Attendez. Il lance pas le ISO Global Reveal là? Oh, putain, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait? Ah si. C'est juste fallait actualiser. Ça commence dans 11 minutes. Hein. Oh la vache. Tu m'attends d'avoir. Ouais. Admirez bien comment on fait la cuisine. J'espère que vous aimez la bouffe. C'est bizarre du coup qu'ils aient mis ça en dehors du développeur direct. Et genre juste après quoi. Ah, il partage des fanarts évidemment. Je suis à deux doigts de me demander est-ce que ça vaut le coup de regarder. Ouais, on va peut-être attendre de juste regarder la bande-annonce et qui dévoile c'est quoi l'extension et puis on la regardera pas en entier je pense. Est-ce qu'on va repasser sur de la cuisine? Ah oui, voilà. Les berry crostata, évidemment. Mais c'est quoi, c'est... Il va faire quoi? Il va faire une crêpe avec? Non, c'est une tarte. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? C'est pas clair. Je crois que c'est une tarte. Hein. Ah oui, d'accord, ouais. Ah, c'est une sorte de tarte, quoi. Et hop. Petite chantilly, là. Bon, j'espère que vous avez faim, hein, maintenant.
Well, it certainly looks like you enjoyed that food, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that the meals that we were able to provide keep you in the fight just a little bit longer in your upcoming adventures in Tamriel, and I look very much forward to hearing of all of your epic adventures and quests. But my time is at an end right now. Thank you again for joining us today. Let's see what the future has in store in the Elder Scrolls Online 2024 Global Reveal, starting now. Until next time, my friends, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and as always, be safe out there. Enjoy the show.
Des artworks par des Anonymous. Ah, il est là, le meilleur. Et la meilleure aussi, la community manager là. Elle a tous les événements. Alors, qu'est-ce que va nous apporter cette extension? Avec Matt Firor.
Today, we'll share all of the details of our 2024 plans, including ESO's new chapter. But first, I'd like to take a moment to talk about what ESO means to all of us, here at ZeniMax Online, and to all of you. We built ESO as a virtual world centered around Elder Scrolls lore, where you can go anywhere, play in any style you want with endless customization, and have the freedom to roleplay as anyone you want. And also, to be a safe harbor from the often unpredictable and complex outside world. Just take a step back to the game's early days and see how much we've accomplished. From taking on Moloch Ball with the help of Cadwell and Darian Gauthier, fighting other players to claim territory in Cyrodiil and the Ruby Throne and our amazing PvP system, slaying dragons in the sandy canyons of Elsewhere with Chimera and Abner Tharn, fencing a fortune and stolen goods at your friendly neighborhood outlaw refuge, and so much more. We take you through all of the lands of Tamriel, filled with memorable characters who return again and again to provide companionship, humor, and drama. Our stories are among the best in the genre, and our content also includes game systems like Companions, Antiquities, Tales of Tribute, Dungeons, PvP...
Ah oui, techniquement, ils vont rajouter un nouveau... Ah non, non, la dernière extension, ils n'avaient pas rajouté de nouveau style de jeu.
And later this year, we'll hit an amazing and important milestone. 10 years.
Ah putain, ouais, c'est les 10 ans.
Our history, of course, goes back even farther to ZOS's founding in 2007, and many ESO developers have been with us for 15 years or more. I can't speak of the studio's history without acknowledging the profound impact that Robert Altman had on my life and that of everyone at ZOS. As CEO of ZeniMax Media, who passed away in 2021, Robert was a true champion of the game, and he was a friend and mentor to all of us. He is very much missed, but ZOS is stronger because of the foundation he helped build during our formative years. ESO's grown over the years to be 24 million players, including gamers from all over the world. Originally in English, French, and German, we now offer localization in Chinese, Japanese, Russian, and Spanish. And ESO developers now stretch from west coast of the USA through Austin, Texas, to our headquarters in Maryland, and eastward to Budapest, Hungary, where we recently opened ZeniMax Online, Hungary. ESO is truly a global phenomenon. Everyone at ZOS considers the ESO community part of the family. It's not just a hashtag. That feeling of caring and connection begins in our studio, and I'm very proud to be part of it. Remember that ESO launched in April 2014, but that was just on PC. It launched on Xbox and PlayStation in June 2015. So, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary over 15 months in 2024 and 2025. Expect community events around the globe. We announced the first of these already. It's in the Netherlands this coming spring. Thank you to everyone who signed up already. We'll have another large community event
Oula.
in 2025 in the Baltimore, Washington area of the USA to mark the 10th anniversary of ESO's console launch, and a few more events sprinkled between them. We will post information on all of our anniversary celebration plans on social media and ElderScrollsOnline.com. The team has prepared special 10-year anniversary rewards for many of
putain,
our
oui, le
game
mot
events
balle.
happening in 2024 and 2025. Some you can start earning right now. Stay tuned for details. We're eager to celebrate and to kick things off in earnest in just a few months. I can't wait to see all of you at the in-person events. And now it's time to look forward to 2024's new content. ESO's newest chapter features everything that makes ESO special, exploring a region of Tamriel well known to Elder Scrolls fans, telling an amazing story that goes deep into the lore of the region, and adding a new gameplay with a system called scribing, which allows players to customize some of their abilities. The chapter is called Gold Road, and it takes place on the borders of Cyrodiil, Gold Coast, and Valenwood. So let's start the show and see all the details with the global premiere of the 2024 ESO Gold Road trailer. Enjoy, and see you in Tamriel.
Il y avait un truc sur la route. Oui, il va le finir lui. Ah non, il s'est téléporté, d'accord. Ça fait Diablo, ouais, bah. Donc ils ont libéré quelqu'un, enfin le démon a libéré quelqu'un. Comme je suis très mauvais en lore de Elder Scrolls, ça se trouve c'est quelqu'un qui est connu dans le lore. Ah voilà, Gina Bruno, toujours là.
Hey everyone, I'm thrilled to be back again for this year's ESO Global Reveal, and boy do we have a lot of exciting things to share with you all. The team has been working super hard on 2024's new adventures and features, and it's going to be another amazing year for the Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, the truth is, the team's been working super hard for the past 16 years. And Rich, you and I have actually been here from the very beginning in 2007.
It's wild looking back for sure. I remember the days of being able to fit the entire team into a minivan and all go out to lunch together. A lot has changed since then, and now we're suddenly about to celebrate 10 years of being live, with 40 plus major content updates and a community that literally spans the globe. It's amazing how much we've done, and it certainly doesn't feel like 16 years have passed already.
And now that we're looking ahead to what's coming in 2024, why don't you start us off with an overview about this year's adventure and story?
Last year, we saw players explore the Telvanni Peninsula and Apocrypha zones, and delved into a story surrounding the Prince of Knowledge, Hermaeus Mora, and master the magics of the Arcanist class. This year, we're inviting players to venture into a Colovian region known as the West Weald. And this region spans the western borders of Cyrodiil to the north, and the eastern tip of Valenwood.
Ok, ouais, c'est là. C'est un bout qui manquait, effectivement.
In our time, a dense jungle has suddenly appeared overnight along the Valenwood border, and the whole region is suffering from a rise in attacks from a mysterious new kind of Daedra.
So the new zone will be familiar for those of you who played Oblivion, but there's something big
C'est une
going
zone
on behind
d'Oblivion,
the
ok.
scenes that's causing all this chaos.
We're doing something we've never done before in ESO, and we're introducing a whole new Daedric prince.
That is a really big deal.
It
Ah,
is, and
ouais,
we're
d'accord.
really
Bon, bah.
excited about it. The Gold Road storyline focuses on the return of a forgotten prince named Athelia, and it was great to be able to work with BGS to bring our vision for this new power to life, and we think folks are going to love what we've created.
Ouais, Elden Ring, en
Last
fait.
year's Necron chapter, we dropped a major cliffhanger. Mysterious forces discovered the existence of this forgotten Daedric prince, Athelia. In Gold Road, you'll discover that prince is now free, with dire consequences for all of Tamriel. I don't want to go into too much detail yet, because we'll be diving deeper into the story shortly, but this is really big, and we are very excited to see how our community reacts as they learn more about Athelia and her allies.
All right, so we have a new zone and a story about the return of a long-lost Daedric prince, but there's something else arriving with the Gold Road chapter that Matt touched on that our players have been asking about for a long time, and that's scribing.
Yes, and this is definitely something that the community has been asking about for years at this point. This chapter's big new system, scribing, is a way for players to customize their character builds. It's our take on a precursor to the spellcrafting systems from previous Elder Scrolls games, with some tweaks to balance to ensure that it works with our game's combat.
So why don't you talk a little bit about how this system works? What does it actually allow players to do?
With scribing, players tap into the fundamental elements of magic by unlocking special skills that they can then customize in many different ways. You'll be able to change things like the way a skill interacts with the world, its unique effects, and more. There's also many ways to customize these unique abilities, allowing players to further tailor their builds to their unique needs. We'll go into a lot more detail on scribing a little bit later.
En fait, tu crées tes propres compétences, quoi, au final.
We're very excited about this system, and it's really another way
Ça va être giga complexe à gérer, quoi.
the way they want to play.
Well, we clearly have a lot to cover throughout the show, so let's dig in. In the past, we've told stories that feature Daedric princes, emperors and tyrants, heroes, and all sorts of legendary monsters. Since our launch in 2014, we've continued to add to ESO's legacy with new stories that build upon and even add to Elder Scrolls lore in all new ways. And this year's tale is no exception. So let's kick things off with the lead for this zone, Ed Stark, who is going to share more about the new chapter's main storyline, including the Forgotten Prince.
Hello, everyone.
Ah,
I
une nouvelle
am
moustache
absolutely
glorieuse.
thrilled to talk to all of you about the story and the adventures you'll experience in the new Gold Road chapter. I was the lead for the High Isle and Greymore chapters, as well as the Murkmire DLC, and I'm having a lot of fun adding to the Elder Scrolls universe. Every part of Tamriel is unique and has its own emergent storylines, and Gold Road is no different. The West Weald region lies just east of the Gold Coast. Ruled by the Colovian Count Calantius, it is an independent nation allied to the Imperial forces currently occupying nearby Cyrodiil, and it is under attack. Sweltering jungles replaced a third of the West Weald seemingly overnight. While the Wood Elves in the region seem friendly and as bemused by the situation as the displaced Imperials, Count wants to find out what happened and how he can keep from losing any more of his realm. Surprisingly, however, this Dawnwood jungle overgrowth isn't the most pressing concern for you and your fellow adventurers. Laramil the Wise, an ally of Hermaeus Mora, is back. She's investigating the reappearance of Athelia, the Forgotten Prince, who was introduced at the end of the Necrom chapter. Laramil reveals that scions of Athelia are searching the Westworld for her, wreaking havoc in the region. They believe that the Forgotten Prince had some connection to the aliens who once dwelt in the ancient ruins scattered throughout the zone. These scions are desperate to help Athelia recover her memories and powers and show no mercy to anyone who gets in their way. Reality itself is under attack, and no one knows exactly how or why the Forgotten Prince has returned. It's been a very long time in any Elder Scrolls game since we delved into the nature of a new Daedric Prince.
Ah mais ça c'est bien du coup qui s'amusent enfin à rajouter des nouveaux trucs de lore et plutôt qu'à chaque fois gratter les fonds de tiroir de qu'est-ce qui a déjà été fait, etc. quoi.
More importantly, how can you, the adventurer, counter Athelia's effect on the Westweald? Well, I'm not going to tell you. At least not yet. You have to play Gold Road to find out. But don't worry. In addition to the eccentric Laramil the Wise, you have some new and returning allies to help you unravel these mysteries. There's Baragon, ex-adventurer and brother to Evely Sharpair.
Ah oui, je me rappelle de lui.
And Tribune Alia Idolus, a brash Colovian centurion working for Count Calantius. Outside the main story, we're bringing back the vampire
Fenorian.
the Ravenwatch, Khajiit investigator Mizik Thunderboots, and a few other fan-favorite allies to also help you in
Le détective Khajiit.
There's political intrigue rivaling the tales told in Orsinium and High Isle. Supernatural threats on the same scale as Somerset and Greymore. Assaults on the Westweald as powerful as any fiery dragon attack in Elsewhere or Daedric Dark Anchor invasions from the base game long ago. Players can choose how they progress the main story of the Gold Road as well. There's a non-linearity to the questline similar to that presented in Hrothgar and Necrom. You'll have to follow the threads to see just where they take you. And over everything is the threat of the forgotten Daedric Prince and her minions. There's something for everyone.
En tout cas, il a la fibre narrative, hein, ça se sent.
I'm looking forward to seeing how you fare. Good luck and happy hunting in the Westweald.
Since ESO's launch, we've added a ton of new areas for players to explore across all corners of Tamriel and even the realms of Oblivion. Ed just shared some details about the story in Westweald, so now let's learn about how the team brought this space to life. To tell us more about this world you can explore in the latest chapter, we've invited ESO's art director to share more about this colorful but chaotic part of Tamriel.
Hey everybody, I'm CJ Greb, art director for the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm pleased to be able to share with you more about the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road's unique zone, the Westweald. For those of you already familiar,
Moi, je vais voir s'il rajoute une nouvelle mécanique de jeu
this will be the
surtout.
first time you can return to this bountiful part of Tamriel since the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion way back in 2006. The new zone features 3 unique biomes, each with their own distinctive look and feel. In the southeast lies the Gold Road, a temperate environment similar to that found on the Gold Coast. It is home to the region's capital city, Skingrad, the bustling center of the zone and linchpin for the Colovian Imperials who call the Westweald home. Towards the southwest, you can find the Dawnwood. Formerly part of the Westweald, this area is now home to the encroaching jungles of nearby Valenwood. In this part of the zone, you'll discover a dense wilderness climate inhabited by advancing wood elves from the settlement of Vashamar. In the north of the Westweald lies the Colovian Highlands, a mountainous region that is home to an imperial settlement and numerous Aeolian ruins. The Highlands' rocky soil and dry climate is ideal for the region's famous vineyards. When designing this new zone, the team wanted to capture a region undergoing a dramatic change. And generally, we try to make every zone in ESO feel unique, so much so that a player can instantly recognize what zone they're in merely by looking around. Combining these ideas led us to paint the biomes in the bright colors of seasonal change. Highlights of orange, red, and yellow punctuate the Westweald, giving the entire region an autumnal feel. Classic Colovian architecture inspired many of the zone's structures. However, the Colovian Imperials of the Westweald are wealthy and cosmopolitan, so the art team imbued some high-end motifs and designs throughout. Although this of course changes the further from Skingrad you travel. As you explore the zone's rolling hills, rocky crags, bustling vineyards, you'll encounter many alien ruins of various sizes and shapes, and have an opportunity to delve deeper into this part of Tamriel's ancient history. We got to have a little fun here as we consider these alien ruins less spoiled than other similar locations you may already have visited. As a result, there are structures and architectural pieces of alien culture you've never seen before. Speaking of things you've never seen before, the dense, humid forests of neighboring Valenwood seem to have taken over a significant portion of the Westweald practically overnight. This consumption of traditional Colovian territory is cause of some concern for the Imperials, as you might imagine. Even more alarming is the Wildburn, a volatile area that separates the Dawnwood from the Colovian Highlands and Gold Road, comprised of sickened, magically twisted land and even more volatile beasts. While the land itself is changing, it is also under attack from a host of new, unfamiliar foes. Daedra, never before seen in the Elder Scrolls,
Oh la vache, c'est quoi ces trucs?
including Shardborn and aspects of Athalia that herald from the realm known as Mirrormore. And if all of that wasn't enough, the Wildburn has taken to magically corrupting the indigenous beasts of the land, resulting in danger around every turn. In the Westweald, we've created a beautiful world in flux, besieged by change itself. It's Imperials meet Wood Elves, meet Oblivion, and it's a world unlike anything we've created previously. We can't wait for you to explore it.
I always love when we can share behind-the-scenes info about all the research and care that goes into creating a new zone. Rich, why don't you talk a little bit about what else players will encounter in Westweald?
In addition to the main storyline, the zone contains new delves and public dungeons to explore, side quests to experience, and world bosses to contend with. Everything you would expect from a chapter. There's also an all-new 12-player trial to challenge your group, and the
Ouais, je pense que le nouvelle mécanique qu'ils rajoutent dans cette campagne, c'est le scribing là, le fameux.
Find in the new zone, including new item sets to loot and craft, unique collectibles to unlock, and special antiquities to scry and dig up, and a lot more.
And of course, that's all in addition to the new scribing system.
That's right. In previous chapters, we've added new classes like the Necromancer and most recently the Arcanist. We've also added new gameplay systems that we continually update, such as treasure hunting with antiquities, our deck-building card game, Tales of Tribute, even our housing and furnishing system, and of course companion system, which allows you to bring an ally to fight alongside with you. This time with Gold Road, we're adding a new way to further tweak your builds.
Ah oui, non, mais c'est ça, c'est le scribing.
We know everyone's been waiting patiently for more information on this new system, so let's kick it over to Kira to explain exactly how it works.
Play Your Way is one of Elder Scrolls Online's biggest pillars, and we're always looking to give our players even more ownership over their characters and their skills. For scribing, our system focus was around roleplay and choice. We wanted to give our players the power to customize skills to enhance their roleplay and have more agency in choosing and creating those skills that are right for them. With scribing, we've created a new ability for every weapon skill line, and a few more. Each of these new skills, or grimoires, has customizable elements that you can swap out to suit your needs while maintaining a fun and balanced experience. Every grimoire has a base function, the thing it always does.
Comment ça marche exactement?
For example, the new bow grimoire, Vault, has you shoot the ground with an enchanted arrow, creating an area of effect, and then backflip out of danger, enabling a quick, tactical fire and escape ability. But you can personalize it from here. Every scribe skill also has 3 script slots, a primary, secondary, and tertiary, which allow you to change the ability's specifics. Want to double down on poison or bleed? Set one of those as the primary script of Vault, and now that's the damage type of its AoE. Primaries determine the main effect of the skill and its resource cost. But perhaps you're more of a ranged healer character. Keep it ally focused and customize Vault with
D'accord, ouais, en fait, t'as vraiment une compétence de base et tu peux affecter trois effets qui se combinent et qui du coup forment une somme de mana à utiliser, etc. quoi.
or roleplay. This is where we have more unique effects that tie into the identity of the parent skill line. For example, a unique bow secondary gives the player a stack of the Hawkeye bonus, increasing damage on their other bow abilities for a short duration. Finally, you're able to add a buff or debuff to Vault as its tertiary effect, perhaps minor maim, minor expedition, or minor vulnerability. That is a lot of ways to customize just this skill, and we have even more scripts and combinations to be revealed in the future. But scribing isn't just a system for tinkering with skills. It's also an exploration into the ancient origins of magic, following the legacy and discovering the secrets of the mage who first learned to manipulate those energies. You'll need to own the Gold Road chapter to unlock the system. One more thing. When we were deep into this customization headspace, we loved the idea of having our skill visuals better reflect our players' roleplay goals, and perhaps feel a bit fresh if they've been playing for a while. When Gold Road and Scribing launch, we'll also be adding a select number of skill styles. These styles are color variants of popular abilities from weapon, guild, and world skills. Like Wall of Elements will have a new purple version, Trap Beast orange, and Mage Light a green option, so that when you equip those abilities, you'll be able to select which version you want to see. By the way, in Gold Road, all of these skill styles will be earnable as in-game rewards. We have a lot more planned for skill styling in the updates after the chapter too. We can't wait to share more about scribing and styling with the ESO community in the coming months, and see what new metas, builds, and more come out. See you soon.
Scribing looks like it has the potential to really change the way our players play the game.
We definitely believe it will, and scribing gives our players a level of flexibility with their builds they've never seen before in ESO.
Never seen before.
Customizable abilities can be used
Ça
by
fait longtemps que
any
j'avais pas entendu cette
class,
phrase.
allowing players to maximize an aspect of their build or perhaps give them a new way to fill a gap. And the system also provides a brand new avenue to customize their visuals too. And we know just how important fashion is to our community.
Well, the good news is you won't have to wait too long to play because scribing arrives with the Elder Scrolls Online Gold
Classique,
Road
c'est
on
toujours les mêmes
June
dates.
3rd
Tous les ans,
for
c'est les
PC
mêmes
and
dates.
Mac, and June 18th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles. And it's available to pre-purchase now. You can visit
Est-ce qu'il y a un collector du coup? C'est ça la question.
Now, as many of you watching might expect, this chapter isn't the only major release in 2024.
There is a lot coming this year. We're kicking things off in March with Update 41 and our newest Dungeon DLC pack, which includes 2 new dungeons, Oathsworn Pit and Bedlam Vale. These 2 dungeons will have you explore a training ground for the followers of Malakath and a secret vault within the demi-realm of Maelstrom. Both dungeons help set the stage for the upcoming chapter release and storyline. These dungeons will be available in normal and veteran modes and have their own veteran hard mode.
Bon, ça c'est tout ce à quoi je touche
All
pas
the
quoi.
unique rewards you'd expect, including new item sets and collectibles. And as always with these DLCs, these new challenges can be purchased in the in-game Crown Store, or they come free as part of ESO Plus.
If you want to first look at these new dungeons, be sure and tune in to our next ESO live stream, as we'll be joined by lead encounter designer Mike Finnegan to share all the details about this upcoming dungeon DLC.
That's not all we have going throughout 2024 either. Update 43, which is scheduled to arrive in August, will be another base game update similar to what we did in 2023, and that includes a host of bug fixes and quality of life improvements, with some pretty exciting features, including something housing related. And finally, Update 44 will close the year out by introducing 2 new in-game companions, and something we're not quite ready to reveal yet, but to all our
Ils ont toujours leur propre quête en général.
you might want to pay particular attention to this update.
Well, you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for more information on our plans as the year progresses. Okay, we've gone over so much already, but as with any major chapter release, there's a ton of in-game rewards you can get when you pick up Gold Road. Let's find out more about the various additions and pre-purchase rewards for the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road with community managers Jess and Kevin.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess Folsom, ESO's
Ah voilà,
lead
Jess c'est la
community
deuxième
manager, and I'm joined
CM.
by my fellow community manager, Kevin Boley. We're here to tell you a little
Il
more
est tout
about
timide.
the new
Oh.
Gold Road chapter, its additions, and pre-purchase rewards.
Thanks, Jess, and hey everyone. As mentioned, the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road arrives this summer on PC and Mac, and on Xbox and PlayStation consoles. However, you can pre-purchase the chapter right now on ElderScrollsOnline.com and unlock in-game items, which we'll cover in just a minute. But first, let's talk about the different versions of Gold Road.
Right. Depending on your history with the Elder Scrolls Online, there's bound to be an edition of Gold Road that suits you. If you're an existing
Est-ce
player,
qu'il y a
the
un
upgrade
collector?
versions are just right.
C'est la vraie question.
If you're a new or returning player, the collection might be a good fit. It includes the ESO base game, all 7 previous chapters, and the new Gold Road chapter at launch. That means the collection will allow you to begin your adventures in Tamriel right now, and play the new chapter once it launches.
Both the Gold Road upgrade and collection are also available in deluxe editions, which includes a bounty of additional in-game
Deluxe,
items,
ah, on y arrive.
Westfield and Skingrad regions, including a unique pet, memento, outfit style, emote pack, and first of its kind mount, all of which are granted at chapter launch.
C'est une chimère. Hein.
Whichever edition of Gold Road you choose, there are several pre-purchase rewards you can unlock. These include a striking new costume, pet,
J'adore, ils ont juste des feuilles collées. Ah non, c'est pas des feuilles collées, c'est que c'est une animation, d'accord.
For a limited time, if you pre-purchase Gold Road, you'll get instant access to this matching wolf pup pet, so don't miss out.
You can pre-purchase the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road right now on ElderScrollsOnline.com or select retailers for PC and Mac, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Of course, we have a lot of exciting releases, in-game events, and community fun lined up for the Elder Scrolls Online between now and chapter launch 2.
You'll be able to explore 2 new dungeons launching along.
Bah, j'ai l'impression qu'il n'y a pas de collector. Hein. Ils font une année sur 2, ils font un collector. Enfin, une statue, quoi.
By helping us test it all on the PC and Mac public test server in just a few days. Then, this spring, ESO will introduce the prologue quest for Gold Road. This free quest line sets up the events of the upcoming chapter and is available to anybody who owns a copy of the Elder Scrolls Online.
If you'd like to check out some of ESO's past DLCs and chapters for free, then now is your chance with the ESO Plus free trial, live right now on all platforms. There's also a ton of fun in-game events lined up over the next few months, including the now live Guilds and Glory celebration, then the White Strikes Mayhem PvP event, and of course, the fan favorite Jester's Festival. Starting right now with the Guilds and Glory celebration, you can earn the Moloch Ball Illusion Imp Pet, as well as its morphs over the course of 2024. It's the perfect companion to get you in the celebratory mood as we head into the incredible 10th anniversary celebration for the Elder Scrolls Online. To learn more about this year's morphing collectible, check out our preview article on the official ESO website. We've grown in so many ways since ESO first launched. With international community managers across 15 unique territories and 7 officially supported languages, this massive celebration of ESO and its community is our biggest one yet. And it will include many in-person events around the world. As Matt mentioned earlier, the fun kicks off with our first in-person event in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and continues all the way into 2025 with our largest in-person event in the US yet. We hope to see you at one of them. Check ElderScrollsOnline.com for the details on our upcoming Q1 Dungeon DLC, the in-game events, and our 10th anniversary plans. We have big things ahead.
We can't wait for you to join us as we celebrate 10 amazing years of the Elder Scrolls Online, together.
Ok, bon, il n'y a pas de collector, allez.
All right, so let's recap. We've revealed ESO's upcoming chapter, the
Bon, je pense qu'on peut en rester là pour la VOD, enfin la VOD, comment l'annonce là, parce que je pense que là ils ont fait le tour, ils sont en train de clôturer, il n'y a pas de collector, voilà. Donc voilà. Donc effectivement là, sur cette extension, le nouveau truc ce sera le scribing. Vaut mieux. Non mais là c'est fini de toute façon. Ils n'ont plus rien à dire là, ils sont en train de boucler, de redire tout ce qu'ils ont dit.
We've got a lot planned for ESO's 10-year anniversary, which includes a host of in-person events, starting with the ESO 10-year celebration in Amsterdam this spring. Make sure to RSVP if you haven't already done so. From all of us here at ZeniMax Online Studios, thank you for watching. Keep an eye out on our social channels and ElderScrollsOnline.com for more information on everything we've covered today. And don't forget to tune in next week for a first look at Update 41.
On va les laisser clôturer quand même hein, pour en est.
Details with you on the upcoming Gold Road chapter, anniversary celebration, and more later this year.
Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll see you all next time.
Et ben voilà. Ils effectuent un raid. Et ben non. Hop.